The worst ways to die. This is Ramang Perozic, 19 years old. Ramang was outside playing with his remote-controlled helicopter. He specialized in performing daredevil tricks and wanted to try a really tricky stunt. The trick did not go as planned and ended up with the blade from the helicopter partially decapitating him and cut his throat. This is Dale Tulloch. Dale was in the car with his friends. When the car drove over a car bumper in the road, this ruptured the gas tank, which caused the fuel to leak. This then led to the car and fuel catching fire. Unfortunately, Dale did not make out of the car. Ibrahim's family sent him out to gather some grass for the livestock. As Ibrahim harvested the grass, he didn't see the crocodiles gathering behind him. There was believed to be around 5 crocodiles surrounding Ibrahim. When Ibrahim didn't return home, the villagers went out to look for him. They found Ibrahim's mutilated body in the river. Dimitrina flew out to Barcelona to visit her boyfriend in Ibiza. Whilst they enjoyed the view, Dimitrina's boyfriend proposed to her. In excitement, Dimitrina jumped around, but unfortunately lost her balance and fell off the cliff. She survived the fall, but she had a heart attack which caused his death. This is Adolfo Leonidas. 2 grenades were reportedly found under a vehicle placed by an extortionist outside a school. Adolfo, from the Explosives Deactivation Unit, was called to defuse the grenades. While Adolfo was defusing the grenades, one exploded just inches from his face. Nearby officers helped him onto a truck, and he was taken to the hospital, where he later died from his injuries. This is Ricardo Portillo. A 17-year-old player received a yellow card from him during a recreational soccer game. Witnesses said the teenager swung at him while he was writing notes, causing Ricardo to go down. Ricardo felt fine at first, but later asked for help due to dizziness. When he started vomiting blood, his friends called an ambulance. Sadly, he died in the hospital. A wanted criminal who took a 25-year-old woman hostage was trying to prevent the police from shooting him. Francisco witnessed the incident and quietly approached from behind to save the woman. Francisco successfully rescued the woman, but the criminal began to fight back. The situation was chaotic, and the police couldn't shoot accurately, but the criminal managed to shoot Francisco. Poor Francisco bled to death alone at church doorway. This ship sailing to Phuket and carrying 89 tourists and 12 members. They were experiencing bad weather, and the boat flipped over when a 16-foot wave approached. More than 40 passengers were able to jump out from sinking boat. Unfortunately, many were trapped in the lower deck. 42 people passed away and 5 missing. Sad way to die. Maria Robledo is an experienced skydiver, and she was skydiving in a windy day with a group of 7 people. A gust of wind blew Maria away from the group and landing zone. She was blown towards heavy traffic and crashed to a big trailer. Too many broken bones caused she's death. This is Olivia Koo, age 25. Hot as hell. She was on an underwater modeling. While she was underwater, the photographer asks Olivia to remove breathing equipment to take a good photo. Olivia suffered from asthma, and she suddenly has an asthma attack and began to choke and died underwater. The 10 feet tall ride was open to the public for the first time. Witnesses say the operator began to ride before the rider had a chance to buckle the safety belts. 5 passengers were flung out of the ride from their seats. Unfortunately, 2 male passengers did not survive. The 2 who died had all their bones crushed. according to the evidence. An 18-year-old boy was on vacation with his family and friends when he saw the Hell ride. They called this machine Hell because it could spin 360 degrees and reach speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. The guy and his friend were having a blast, but his seatbelt suddenly came undone and he was thrown out. He hit the ground hard, got a serious head injury, and sadly didn't make it. Here's a list of people who had really bad luck. Sadly, all lost their lives in the same accident. It's heartbreaking how quickly things can change, affecting so many lives in an instant. A plane with the Chappaqua soccer team and 9 crew members was flying from Colombia to Santa Cruz. There were reports of turbulence from strong winds and thunder, but there were no weather alerts about any major storms. The flight crew reported an electrical failure before losing contact. They were at 15,500 feet, and the pilot flew in circles to burn off fuel before crashing into a mountain. Unfortunately, only 6 people survived. This is Ravi Subramanian, pilot of Flight 619, headed from Mumbai to Hyderabad, was being pushed back from the Parking Bay before takeoff. At around 8:40 p.m., the pilot misinterpreted a signal as takeoff clearance and started the engine, sucking in Ravi, who was supervising the pushback. He was taken to the hospital. It was too late. His autopsy lasted less than 30 minutes due to severe mutilation.